People think that they're making a difference by slut-shaming this person, slut-shaming that. Oh, it's not good for children to see. Children aren't sexualizing bodies. Children do not sexualize bodies. Parents teach their kids to sexualize bodies.
Check it out. Top of the morning to you.
Hello, all of my beautiful subscribers, or the new people coming to my channel. One thing, excuse my shirt. This is just my blush that I was wiping on my face and then I wiped it on my shirt. Force of habit. But we're in a new location today. We're in my office. It's kind of messy right now, but I'm just like setting everything up. Just got a chair. It's kind of squeaky, so I'm gonna try not to move, but yeah, so today's video is going to be a new series that I'm going to be starting, and it's all about me being your best friend slash not official counselor, just you guys giving me stuff that you want to talk about, and I'm going to pick through the questions and answer them and help you guys and just like build a relationship with you guys and connect one-on-one. And I'll give you some of my stories, and it's just gonna be a really fun time. I don't know what I'm gonna call this yet. I was thinking like mentoring with Madison or Madison's messages or something like that. I'm trying to think of something catchy, but we're starting a couple new series on my channel, so it's super exciting. We already got Madison's menu, we got Thick Thursdays, and I think that's it for now. But really excited. I asked you guys on Instagram to send me in some questions and things that you guys want to talk about, but I realized that when people send in questions, you can only send in like one sentence, and I didn't want to re-ask everyone. So for this video, it's going to be from Instagram, and all my future videos, I'm going to make an Ask FM. If you guys know me from my past, then you know all of that. Not gonna talk about that, but this is gonna be for my business, and you guys can send in questions anonymously, so it's gonna just be a really fun time, and I'm really excited. So yeah, thank you guys so much for clicking on this video, and let's get right into it. Okay, so yeah, here is the post that I asked, and we're just gonna go through. I'm probably gonna pick like 5. I don't know how long this is gonna be. This is literally just a trial, just like a test run. I don't even know if I'm gonna be in this room because the lighting isn't as good. It's better out there, but for now this is fine. So let's get started. Okay, so the first one is, how do you move past a relationship that didn't end well? So for me, it was a friendship of mine with a boy. It was 3 years. We were friends for 3 years, and it was more than friends, I guess. It was a very complicated situation. We were intimate with each other sometimes. There wasn't really a label. He was in love with me, I wasn't, and it was just a really complicated situation. I felt guilty, so I felt like I needed to be his friend. It was really toxic. I was pretty much paying for his whole life. And there was a lot to it, and being friends, living together for 2 years pretty much, it was so hard. It's still hard. I'm still living with the pain. I'm still living with the pain of like, wow, like there wasn't ever any closure. We still haven't talked. So I think the hardest thing to ever do is to say bye to somebody without them saying bye, or to forgive somebody that hasn't said sorry. And I had to forgive them on the inside. I had to just accept it within myself to move on and to be happy. So a huge thing that helped me, and that helps me with every relationship or friendship or anything that ends, is to make a pros or cons list. Really dig deep. Really try and find those cons, because for me, I'm the type of person, when I end a relationship with somebody, or they ended with me, whatever, you just stop talking to somebody, I tend to only remember the good things, and I've always been like that. I could sit there and I just start thinking about all the good memories and all the good stuff that they did for me, and it's really hard for me to think about the bad things that people did. So me making a pros and cons list right after it happened, right when it's fresh in your mind, right when everything is on your mind, make a pros and cons list and write down all the things that they did to negatively affect you. And I just wrote down like a bunch of notes that I could read to you guys, so if you catch me looking down, then that's why. Another thing is to delete and to throw away any reminders, whether it's pictures, texts, whether it's notes, whether they're signed into your Netflix or you're signed into theirs. Take this as an opportunity to start completely fresh. Another thing that has always helped me is to write down your thoughts. You don't always have someone that's there for you, that's gonna listen to you. And even if you do, your friends aren't your counselors. I am. Just kidding. I like to write down all my thoughts. And I have this little notebook, it's actually right here. I've been starting to write in it, literally right after me and my friend, we went our separate ways. I started writing in here, wrote down all of my thoughts. And that has helped me so much to get everything out, to learn more about myself, to really think things through. Because sometimes it's hard for me to just think in my mind. I have to write stuff down. Another thing is to have a good cry. Cry about it, be sad for a week or two or more, but then you have to pick yourself up. There has to be a time that you have to pick yourself up and you have to really start to rebuild yourself. And after that good cry, I make it a point to not listen to any sad music. I don't like to watch any sad movies. I don't like to listen to any old songs or do anything that I used to do with that other person. I don't want any reminders because I don't want to cry again. I already had my cry. I don't need to cry anymore. That is done and past, and now I'm just trying to grow from it. And that leads on to my other thing, my other point, is to take this as a learning opportunity. Take it as an opportunity to glow up, and take it as an opportunity to get your motivation back, to start something new, to try and meet new people, to get out of your comfort zone, and to reach limits that you've never had before. This is not the best advice, or this is not the best thing to do, but sometimes I just did things just so they would see me and they would see, oh wow, she's doing good. So that would give me the motivation, and it's pretty much like faking it until you make it. You do things so they would see, and then you actually start to build those healthy habits. You actually start to do those things, and always remind yourself why you broke up. Hopefully that helps. Okay guys, so the last question, I'm gonna do more in my other episodes, but I have to go to the gym and I just decided to film a video really quick. So the last question is going to be, talk about slut shaming and your opinion on it. So I absolutely love this topic. Any labeling is a disgusting thing. The only way to really live and to be happy is to be open-minded and not judgmental. If you're two of those things, I mean, life is just gonna be so easy for you. Life is gonna be so happy for you. It's really the only way that you're gonna get by and just have a loving heart, is to have two of those things. Because who likes to be judged? Even the judger doesn't like to be judged. Who has the right to label anyone? And what is a slut anyway? Like, what is the definition of a slut? Some people may say, oh, it's a girl who likes to have sex a lot. Some people say, oh, it's someone who dresses skimpy or shows their body a lot. But first of all, it's their body. It's their body. It's my body, okay? First of all, we're in 2020. If anyone is slut shaming anyone, please go back into the fucking ice ages and live there, because we don't want you here. We don't want any of that negativity. Someone who has sex a lot, sex is such a natural and a beautiful thing. And if that's what they choose to do with their life and their body, then let them go do that. And you have no right to judge somebody for what they do unless they're forcing you against your will to go do it with them. You don't have to watch. You don't have to hear it. You don't have to listen. You don't have to be a part of it. So why do you have an opinion on it anyway? You can't judge somebody for the stuff that you hear, because you don't even know the whole story. They could be doing it because they need to feed their family, because there's no other way for them to have a job. They could be forced into it. They could, I mean, her husband could have died and he had all the money, and that's the only way that she's gonna help her and her kids and her family. And there's a trillion different scenarios, a trillion different reasons, and why do those reasons even matter to you? Maybe they enjoy it, maybe they love what they do. I feel empowered when I wear less clothes. I don't feel as confident when I'm wearing less clothes. That's how I empower myself, because I worked hard for my body. Even if somebody had plastic surgery, they paid for their body, they want to show off their body, let me do what I want to do. Let everyone do what they want to do. I feel like it just came from the olden days and over time, and it just came into our today's society, and people just don't know how to react. People think that they're making a difference by slut shaming this person, slut shaming that. Oh, it's not good for children to see. Children aren't sexualizing bodies. Children do not sexualize bodies. Parents teach their kids to sexualize bodies. So don't even come in here with, oh, the kids shouldn't see that. Kids don't look at it like that. Nobody should sexualize the body anyway. I mean, slut shaming, what? No, I completely disagree with that. Completely disagree with any shaming in general. Everybody should be allowed to do what they want to do. We live in a country where you could do what you want, be who you are, be anybody who you want to be, and all of that outside negativity, you just really can't listen to it, because everybody has an opinion. Everybody is going to say something about it, whether it's negative or positive. That's why you can't take anything to heart. You can't take positive comments to heart, and if you take positive comments to heart, you're going to take negative comments to heart. So just don't take anything, and believe who you want to be, not who you are. I don't want to say who you are, because when I was younger and I heard just be yourself, be who you are, I was like, I don't even know who I am, so how does that work? So create the person that you want to be, and just don't let any of the outside negativity ruin and destroy your inner peace. I experienced slut shaming pretty much my whole life, because I've always been a very sexual person, and I've always been very open about it. And when I mean sexual, I was definitely more sexual when I was younger. I would do things with people in my high school years, and then I would post about it online. Not like pictures of it or anything, but I'd be like, yeah, this is what I did this weekend, and I would talk about what I did, and I wasn't ashamed about it, and I got a lot of backlash for it, and a lot of the people who I went to high school with, they definitely didn't agree with it. But to me, it was fun, and it made me feel good, and I really just didn't care what other people said. And here's an example. I was in Walmart yesterday, and I was wearing just regular shorts. They weren't booty shorts or anything, just like skin tight shorts, I guess. And this one old lady, I'm just minding my own business, she was like,
oh, I hate that you forgot your shorts
at home or something like that. And I was like, I didn't. And she's like,
are you sure?
And then all of her stupid friends were like laughing, and I was like, yeah, I'm wearing them. And she's like, like made a little comment to herself, and it's just things like that. I mean, it definitely put me in a very, very uncomfortable situation, because I am a nice person and I'm not going to say anything back. And in times like that, I just like completely froze up, and I'm like, oh my God, like, and I have like social anxiety, especially around people who I don't know, and people who are trying to like take a jab at me and like try to start stuff with me. So I really just didn't know what to say, and I just like probably just flushed out, and I'm like, okay, I just need to disappear, I want to disappear. Like, it's just stuff like that. It's like, why do people even think that way? And she was an older lady, so I understand, like, back in their time, they were definitely more conservative, I guess. That was like the normal thing to do. And nowadays, I think it's more of the normal thing to just like be yourself and do what you want to do. But, I understand where she's coming from, but you keep that to yourself. Okay, keep that to yourself. It definitely gave me like a lot of PTSD about me getting bullied back when I was in high school, and before that even. But yeah, I mean, you can't let it bother you. You just have to be yourself, because there's nobody like you. You are your own person, and we just have to keep living and doing what we want to do. You can't let the negative judgments affect you, because when you're 90 years old, 100 years old on your deathbed, you're going to wish that you just were the person that you wanted to be, that you wanted to create, and you're gonna wish that you didn't care about what anybody else thought, and you're just gonna wish that you just went for it and did it and went outside the box, and you were bold, and you were who you wanted to be. So yeah, this is the end of the video. I don't even know how long this is gonna be, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I definitely want to put in like 10 questions total for my next video, so if you guys are interested, then the Ask FM will be linked in the description. You guys can go and submit your questions or your stories or whatever, and I'd be happy to answer them and just be your best friend online. And yeah, thank you guys so much for submitting what you did, and make sure you check out my other videos, follow me on my social medias, and yeah, thank you guys so much for your support. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys. Say bye, Leah. Say bye, baby. Say bye, baby. Say bye. Yes, baby girl. Okay, 3, 2, 1, bye.